Hey folks, well, it's March 17th, 2025, and the rule of law is on life support in the United States of America as of right now. There will be a hearing later today in one of the immigration cases where a federal judge will be hearing from the government about why it disobeyed an injunction that said they were not to deport certain people without due process, and they went ahead and did so anyway. Officials from the Trump administration, aka Trump regime, or as I've been calling him, Timu Mussolini, have basically said they're just going to continue to ignore court orders. So it's going to be interesting to see if this judge today will issue some contempt citations to any officials from the regime who carried out this unlawful order of deporting people despite a court order enjoining the government from doing so. So we'll see what happens. I can tell you this isn't good. It's very, very, very thin ice that America sits on right now. You cannot have a functioning constitutional democratic republic where the executive branch says there are no such thing as checks and balances on our action, and our dictator in chief can do whatever he wants, and courts be damned. That's not how American constitutional democracy works. It's not how it's ever worked. This is un-American, and at this point, there is no more excuses to be made. You can support the Constitution of the United States of America and the checks and balances that it sets up for our government, or you can be pro-MAGA and pro-Trump. If you are pro-MAGA and pro-Trump, you are anti-America, you are anti-Constitution. You're not making America great again. You're making America Germany in the 30s. That's what you're doing. So, if you want freedom and you want to continue to have freedom and have human rights and civil liberties, then you need to stand up and speak out loudly and clearly. I'm not sure, what kind of protests are going to develop out of this yet, but that remains to be seen. We also are seeing some signs from the administration, or the regime as I call them, that they may try to claim that somehow protesting might be illegal. We're going to see. They've been kind of floating some stuff out there about that, but it's unclear what that really looks like in practice yet. But suffice it to say that we are in uncharted waters. Probably the only thing close to this that America has quite seen, besides just the Civil War itself, was President Andrew Jackson defying the United States Supreme Court on Indian removal and enforcing Indian removal despite the fact that the native tribes had defeated the government at the U.S. Supreme Court, and Andrew Jackson instituted the Trail of Tears, which my Oklahoma friends will certainly know a lot about, as there's it's something that we were all taught growing up and learned a lot about. So I'm just flabbergasted that we're living through this moment. It's scary to see so many people cheering this on. Seeing people I knew and loved and trusted in my life, as a kid, who I thought cared about the rule of law that just don't, and that are cheering this stuff on. Wow, it's a scary time, but that said, keep our smiles about us. We do still have to laugh. We do have to keep a positive attitude in spite of the tough times that we're going to face. So don't give up, don't give in. We're going to keep fighting. Um, keep coming to this space if you want to learn more. I'm going to try and keep y'all up to date as best I can about what's really important right now, and then also continue to speak out about Canada if you hear friends or family talking nonsense about Canada's been ripping us off. Remind them that it was President Trump in 2019 that signed the most recent US Mexico Canada trade agreement. Another bit of propaganda you're going to probably hear on that they've been ripping us off thing is they have these massive tariffs on our dairy and our farmers, blah, blah, blah. I've looked into that. So the reality is there are technically some high tariffs in the US Mexico Canada agreement that Canada is allowed to put in place on dairy products only once a certain import threshold is met. And the US has never met that threshold, so those high tariffs on dairy products from the US have actually never been implemented because we have never shipped in enough dairy products to meet the threshold for those to even come into play. So that's just some more propaganda that's out there about Canada that's complete BS. This is all designed to manufacture consent from the public for economic and possibly real warfare against Canada. So please speak out against it. Canada's not ripping us off. They've never been ripping us off. They've been our longtime friend and ally. It's just ridiculous. So anyway, that's my Monday update. I'm taking a quick lunch break here from my work day. Also, if you're trans or if you just care about trans people and our access to passport documents, both the ACLU and Advocates for Trans Equality have spots on their websites where you can go provide comments on the new proposed anti-trans passport policies. So please go fill those out. One of those is due today, and the other two policies, I think theirs are due like Wednesday. So these are due like almost immediately. So if you can, go fill those out. Get those comments in. I've got comments in today. So do that. Keep plugging away. Keep our heads up. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. oklasodagal@gmail.com. Smash that subscribe button. Like or comment on the video, please. And thank y'all, and I'll keep coming at you with updates. Bye.